point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done train my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be. Yeah.
Nip Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
Neighborhood, C-Mac, shout out my low, Spotter Low, cuz. Neighborhood, on hood, it's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, cream.
Content creator on YouTube, and what drew you toward it? Were you originally, it seemed like the majority of the street YouTube creators used to try to rap or rapped, or similar to myself, had some type of rap background. Did rap bring you into this, or was it another path?
I'm gonna be honest with you, it was just watching people like him.
Shout out to 2A's. Y'all know what it is. Street TV, Street Gangs TV. Alex Alonzo, one of the originators, pioneer. That's my partner in this whole effort. But go ahead.
And that's something that I told him when I did it was my first interview on his channel, but it was the second time I was on his channel because I was on there.
Why you never smile, cuz? Smile, cuz.
I do smile, cuz. I do smile. But nah, basically, I had told cuz, well, we talked off camera, so he already knew. He was like, man, you need to do something like what I'm doing before Dago, which was already my plan. Because I used to listen to Street TV and Kev Mack, and I gave him, I spoke on this dude before. One of the main dudes that I used to listen to on the podcast at work around 2016, where I was like, I could do that, was Taxstone. When I used to listen to Cuz, I was like, I could do that.
How ironic that is, who our guest was yesterday. Taxstone name came up yesterday for the first time on our podcast. And here, shout out to China Mac, much love. And then here it come again, but go ahead.
Right, yeah, Taxstone was like one of the people that I was like, man, I feel like I could do that. Like, you know what I mean? It kind of gave me a little extra, but his and Kev Mac was more so along the banging, the street, the history shit. I'm like, there's no representative.
So meaning no rapping. You've never been an MC?
I did one song.
Oh, one song. So never. So you never been an MC. You just fucked. Everybody did one song. Okay.
Yeah, I did one song. And then also watching you pioneered this too, homie. That's big facts. And I'm just like, damn, we don't have that representation for San Diego. So somebody gotta shine light to this shit. You know what I mean? Because I feel like in the music industry, you may have certain people who can hold certain people out.
That's definitely.
But on YouTube, we all got a voice. So I'm gonna put this motherfucker on the map a different way. Fuck all that rapping. I'm about to come with this street, this gang stuff, you know what I mean? This history. And that's why I tell stories. I bring people on my channel to tell their stories. And I do little tours. I done went through certain areas and showed like what it is over here.
Can I ask you, as far as you coming from the streets, coming to a public platform, I know you had humble expectations. You was on there expressing yourself, but I've been noticing you start bumping shoulders with people that's name is buzzing and got a little notoriety. You have anybody you consider, you've been doing interviews, you have anybody you consider as like your favorite or your most popular, what's your most popular interview that you conducted?
Most popular one, that would be the homies from 4-5, the Samoan homies, Goffy and them.
Wait, that's bigger than the Snow Rock? Shout out to Snow Rock, because I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that's bigger
than that?
That's bigger than that.
Which one came first?
Snow Rock.
Wow.
Yeah, that was out a month prior. It's at like 50,000, and then the Samoan homies, last time I checked, was like 66,000.
Is the Samoan presence culturally in Dago equivalent to the presence of us, less, more? Because I know they really have a presence in Dago to be mentioned, but is it like numbers wise equal, less, more, or what?
I would say in certain parts in Southeast, they're in our hood, and they also in Skyline.
Oh, got both.
Yeah. They over there banging with them. They over in the hood, and then you got them. You got some like in Linda Vista in the West San Diego area, and then you got Oceanside.
You know what I noticed more? I was gonna ask you earlier if you figured like Oceanside was a part of Dago, an extension, or totally separate. That was something I was gonna ask you.
I mean, it's San Diego County. When they go to jail, they go to jail with us.
Okay. You know what I noticed about the Dago Crips? I can't speak on the Bloods as much, but more so, and I seen it from LA, Samoan Crips and Bloods. I mean Samoans in particular. They go to jail, pigtailed out, back arms cripped out, and when they hit the yard, a lot of time when the police comes from the Usos, before you know it, all them tattoos is covered up with tribal bands, and they Uso'd out. And I seen it happen from LA Samoans, Compton Samoans, but it's more so, I used to see this, I just seen Dago Samoans hit the motherfucking yard cripping it, and 2 months later, he mandatory workout with the Usos, don't fuck around no more. Have you ever seen that in real life?
I guess it's the same thing, but there is a lot of the homies that I know. It's a cool.
I'm not even bringing it up in no disrespect.
No, I get what you're saying.
Put myself in their shoes and saying, if I grew up doing this and I got to prison and then my people was pushing this, I may weigh it out and may have made a decision similar. But
but there's a lot of them, at least from my hood that I know of, that they still push Crip. They run black.
Right. Okay.
Like, even though it's you know what I mean.
Is that to say you have not ran into what I described, or is it to say
no. Yeah, it's both.
Right.
It's both.
Oh,
I'm
no,
saying specifically from my hood. Is some of them that just they run with the blacks with SDC.
Right, of course.
And then some of them just go other.
Right. I couldn't imagine. That's a pressure that a lot of people deal with, even the whites. China Mac was here yesterday. That's why his name come up multiple times. He went to prison, not in LA, but when it comes to racial things, when you live in a black culture or fuck with a black anything, that's a balance and shit that a lot of people have never had to think about. I remember when I was young being in the Supermax, and it was a time when it was the black and Mexican shit was what was it about. I remember it was a black dude from Santa Monica to Leses. He was a Blaxican. He had that shit tatted, but his transition was right there in real time in the dorm with us, nigga. He realized what was going on. However, his life got to the point where he was from Leses. On the set in the dorm, he was black. He didn't get a chance to cover the tattoos or nothing. He even went up in there and he rolled with us. I don't know his name. I was a teenager, but I'm gonna just use this moment to say,
he just shows up right there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm cool.
He couldn't imagine being on the front line with that shit with us.
Right.
And when it wasn't on, and he had the tattoos, and it was time for us to just play cards, dominoes, and we talking about it with him. Back then, I remember he used to describe how it all happened, how he grew up and whoopty whoop, and why now, I don't give a fuck though, man. And it was a real natural, process that he got to that point. But it's so many different ambiances that play a part in what one person's experience can be.
Right.
And I think that's why maybe, you having a platform. I remember it's the time when people that have a background like you and I that are solidified, it wouldn't be necessarily cool for you to just be on a platform like this, sharing experiences, analyzing things. But we kind of some of the last to the party when it comes to having input.
Nightblood is C-Mac. Shout out my loc, Spider Loc, cuz. Nightblood on Hood. It's a beautiful world. You find me? Fight, crib.
Nightblood and that hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned.
Point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the
I
marathon
overlook my
continue.
competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.